Max. Okay.
Turn you off too.
All right. Good evening, everybody. This is Curtis Traylor with the CT Online Connection. So we're here at BlackanTV Radio, and tonight we have a very special guest and my newfound great friend, Mr. Joe International LEAVY. All right. Joe is not local, okay? So, he's here visiting Japan from California.
Amen.
So he came here, man. He came here with a burst of energy. I've learned a lot from him by, just in a short time. I've learned a lot from this man. But what a singer, up and above everything. This guy is, he's international kind of stuff. You know what I mean? So I just want to know, hey, Joe, how you doing, man, today?
And first of all, brother, it is what a pleasure it is to be here with you, CT, and you, Lewis. Brothers, working it out, doing big things and connecting the world internationally. I respect you, man. I watch your show all the time from America. And what it is, it's a pleasure, man, to really be here and involved in sharing our black culture with the world.
That's true.
In a positive way.
Yes.
Amen. We get a bad
especially
rap.
in Japan, right?
Exactly. And it's just good to be here with brothers that are doing big things, that are spreading great messaging and showing us on a light that I respect. And so let me give my shout out to you, brother, for creating this platform.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I do it all the time, man.
I have to just, give you an homage to always representing what's the best of us.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
that's an important way to send messaging. There's a concerted effort to make us look like buffoons in this world.
That's concerted, very much.
You know what I mean? And we are not. We are anything but.
There you
Exactly.
go.
And so I just want to let people know that I'm proud to be here on this platform with these great men.
Thank you.
And we thank you, man. We thank
And
you.
we really appreciate you coming over.
Oh man, it's my pleasure. This is my second home.
Oh man, and I thought you had been here more than that, but when you told me you haven't been here in like 19 years.
It's been 19 years since I left.
19.
Yeah, 19 years since
That's
I left.
a long time, man.
But they go by. The seasons go by like this.
That's right.
It's been 19 seasons since my Japanese former wife and I left here to finished raising our family.
Yeah.
So it's been quite an experience. But to come back here, man, and after 19 years and just come into this country and have, when I step off the plane, my stress level goes.
Yeah, you see, I try to explain that to people. I try to explain that to y'all.
Yeah, you have to be here.
There's something different, right?
You have to be here and
atmosphere.
enjoy this atmosphere to understand what it is to be a gaijin and not black.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
That's a very special thing. It's
Special
the
thing,
first
yeah.
place of time that I've ever come to a country and I wasn't black.
Exactly.
I was a gaijin.
You was a
Yeah,
gaijin.
yeah.
There
And that,
you go.
it doesn't matter what
a
your
whole different
status
vibes,
is, it's a
right?
very different vibe because,
Yeah.
in America, we can't even be Americans.
Talk
right?
about it.
We're black,
That's true.
and white and Mexican. We're not Americans anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? That's a divisive tool they use to keep the status quo, and it works.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, people haven't woken up to the fact that we're all part of the same family.
That's
Yeah,
true.
yeah.
That's
And,
true.
there's been no education. The willful ignorance is alive and well,
Yeah.
and it's willful, and it's absolutely a sin in my estimation.
Yeah.
Talk
And it's
about it.
people like us who can be able to take it to the next level.
Taking
There
it
you
to the
go.
next level
There you
because you
go.
have a platform that isn't
Yeah.
filtered through someone else's purview.
Thank you.
You creating our own narrative and telling our own truth.
True.
And it's a pleasure to be here with you, man, to be able to do that for the next 50 minutes or however long we have.
Thank you.
I'm honored, truly.
Thank you very much.
Sincerely.
We're honored too, man. I'm just telling you. When you were here in Japan before, you was busy, weren't you? You was busy doing your
Yeah.
working-
Tell us
working
about
your
those
craft.
times, man.
Yeah.
What brought you to Japan, and how did you come to Japan? That's what, like 20 years.
It was
More than that, right?
It was
For the-
I came here in May of 1994.
Wow.
So that's
sweet.
been almost 30 years.
Yeah.
My uncle Andrew Golston, who you guys know,
Yeah.
my family,
JaRa.
JaRa.
Oh.
He brought me here, and I was in. I didn't have two nickels to rub together, and I was in a terrible situation, and the love of my family, he loved on me and sent me a plane ticket and some money and said, "Man, come here," and it changed my life. So if you're out there, JaRa, and I know you are,
Yeah. Shout out to JaJa, man.
shout out to you, respect. I love you, And you are, because of you, this would not happen. I would not be here were it not for JaJa Golston. So I'm always mindful of that. You know,
who's a great musician, and you know what I mean.
Phenomenal, phenomenal
in his own
artist.
right. You know.
Yes, and always been so. I mean, when we were kids, you know, little kids.
It's good to see, you know, a brother, you know, bringing up another brother, man.
Yeah,
and then
man. Exactly.
able to take it to the next level.
Absolutely. And like I said, were it not for him, I would not be here. So he's an integral part of this story.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
But this whole Japanese experience from the moment I got here, and was just it was just a testament to God's greatness. Because were it not for His grace and His covering for me,
Exactly.
I wouldn't be here.
Yeah,
And,
man. Exactly.
my story is very interesting, man. I met a woman here.
So you came, you were singing.
No, I came here and I was working with Andrew and Anna, his wife, Anna Nuevo Golston.
Another phenomenal singer.
That's right. And
Oh man.
we were doing music, and I finally went down to the Garage Paradise one night, just hanging out.
Oh, Kobe, right?
You know, I was in Kobe, and I was kind of pent up because I hadn't gone anywhere in a couple months, and I went out, and Andrew told me where to go, and I went down to the Garage Paradise, and I met Larry. And then
Larry, man.
and he was working with my homeboy from San Diego, Sam.
Shout out to you, Larry.
Sam Fontaine. And, you know, he called me up on stage, and, you know, I was in plain clothes. I didn't have any clothes. I had the clothes pretty much on my back.
Wow.
And I went up and, you know, did some songs. And another good brother that we know, Jeff Quest, happened to be in the building.
Yeah.
JQ, right?
JQ. And he heard me sing and said, "Man, do you want a job?"
Wow. You see, that's the thing about JQ, man.
Yeah.
He's,
Let me tell you something, man. This is God's favor. Because
yeah.
I needed that job, bro.
Yeah.
He
came in and just, you know, stretch out his arms out.
Yeah, I said, "Hey, man, you want a job?" And this job paid me
That's what he
some
does,
real
man.
good money,
Yeah.
you know, and I gave me a room and 3 meals a day. And for a brother who had the shirt on his back,
Yeah.
it was a godsend.
You know, I don't want to cut you. You know, JQ, I remember when I started this radio station, that was like 11 years ago. That there was no shows, no gaijin shows, no Japanese shows. It was only me doing my reggae show and somebody else. And I started to post up pictures on Facebook, I couldn't remember. And JQ was the first brother who jumped into my mailbox and said, "I love what you're doing. Keep
That's
doing
right. Hey, man.
it." You know, shout out to JQ,
Shout
man.
out to Quest, man.
The very first 11 years ago, man.
Yeah. And, you know, it's groundbreaking. This is before all the podcasts came in and you had the vision.
Yeah.
And, you know, but Jeff is just that dude. You know, I spent many, many days with him since I've been here. We've had the chance to really hang together. I was with him today. And just, you know, I love this man. I love this brother like my own brother. He's been a real godsend to me. I can't go into what that meant at that time to get that job and to have, you know, that money for the first time in my life. And so
doing what you love to do.
Right. And so he said, "You want a job?" I said, "Yeah." So I knew I had to go home and get my stuff and come back.
Yeah.
And when I came back, I found out that the girl I was dating at the time was pregnant with my child. So I had been here 3 months and already had a baby.
There you go.
He was on the run.
You know,
You've been working.
you know, this was the beginning of my life.
Yeah.
And-
It was all planned, man. It
was God's
you know,
plan.
yeah,
So,
it was
you
all
know,
planned. And
So I got here in May, and I was married with a baby on the way in October. It was just that fast. And at the time, my then wife didn't speak English, and I didn't speak Japanese. But we had a baby coming, and that brought us together.
Wow.
And we stayed together for 23 years. She's to this day, she's my best friend.
Yeah.
Just a beautiful,
That's
you know,
beautiful, man.
We're no
23
longer
years,
married.
man.
We were married 23 years, and you know, we had to part because she realized that our whole life together was about me and my decision. She was just a young girl when we got married, and we talked, and she said, "You know, I've never made my own choices and never done anything of my own and made my own life plan. It was always about you." And when I thought about it, I was like, "You know, you're absolutely right." And this isn't a prison. This isn't a jail sentence. You need to go and. So she came back about 6 years ago. We decided to divorce at that time. It wasn't an acrimonious thing. It was a love thing. And sometimes when you love somebody, you want to let them be them and enjoy
There you
it.
go.
And so, you know, she's remarried, doing very well, and we have our children that are now grown together. and it's just been a beautiful. She's beautiful, and she's still one of my best friends.
Yeah,
which is unusual for the Japanese
Sure,
culture.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
My
especially
in-laws,
the Japanese
I'm
culture.
just sitting here thinking about
My
that. It's
in-laws
true.
love me.
Yeah,
you know, and we spent time together here. That's different for Japanese
Yeah,
culture, but all again, it's just the Lord's favor.
Yeah,
And when I was here, from the moment I married Masami, the Lord just opened up the floodgates. I had 99 problems, but making money and taking care of my family wasn't one of them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And thus began my career. And
So you started having like offers from.
man, let me tell you, every point of everything that happened to me was just God's blessing.
Yeah.
Me leaving Kobe and moving to Mukagawa, and then the earthquake happening in January 17th,
I remember that,
1995,
yeah.
destroyed the city of Kobe. But I wasn't in Kobe. I was in Mukagawa. And I went to work, and then I got another job, and another job, and another job. Before you know it, I was working 5 clubs every single night.
Wow.
You know, and I was the most popular.
Yeah, with that voice, man. You know.
Well, it wasn't my voice, because there are people here that have been here longer and that sing just as well as me.
Talking about Lawi and all
But
those cats.
when the favor, see, when God is for you, nothing
Just
can be
open the
against
doors,
you.
right?
There you go.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
And so it was just his favor. I was obedient. I kept that child on faith. Because when I was, we didn't know what to do, and we were going to make a different decision. But the Lord spoke to me in that moment, saying, that you're not doing. And so once I decided, okay, Lord, I hear you. I'm not doing that. What are we going to do? Well, we're going to get married and be a family. Because like I said, I didn't speak Japanese. We had a translator there with us at this clinic.
Wow.
So we decided to get married and give that a shot. And we were like 10 toes in one sock. We did everything together. And eventually we learned to communicate, and love
I
brought us
have a
through.
picture here of you.
Yeah.
Look at you there. Look at
Yeah,
you.
man. That was this wasn't the first me. This was the
Okay.
this was me after a few years of prosperity. You see the white suit, this was the messy me.
Okay.
This was me almost at the end of it.
Okay.
Because like most things, when you start prospering, and you get like Adam in the Garden of Eden. You do everything except what you're supposed to do. The Lord told Adam, you can do everything in here, but don't do that.
Right.
Right. And so it was the same for me. He had given me everything I needed, and all of a sudden I went and did that. And that guy was doing that.
Oh, okay.
And he had enough of me.
Yeah.
And just like he gave it all to me, he took it all away in one night.
Wow.
I'll tell you that story if you want to hear it.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah. I think he should hear it.
Let me tell you that story. So I've got 5 clubs going, right?
Yeah.
I'm making a whole lot of money.
Yeah.
A whole lot of money. And I've got 5 clubs. This has been going on for years, 7 years, as a matter of fact.
Wow.
And my boss told me, I need to talk to you tonight. Now I had gotten into some other stuff by this time. I was, not being a very good husband, and I'm this guy in a white suit. And
This guy here. Right?
yeah, I'm
This
that guy now. And he changed his name to Keanu, and he was doing all kind of stuff on the side, and it just was, I was a mess.
Yeah.
And the Lord was speaking to me, and I wasn't listening. And I was like, no, I'm gonna stay in this. Yeah. So this particular night, my boss said, I need to talk to you, so come in after work. So I went and got a translator, because at that time my Japanese was okay, but I wanted to make sure I understood correctly.
Yeah.
And off to this club, we went at 12:30 after my last song. We went to the club, and when I got to the club with my translator, all 5 of my club owners was at this round table. And I looked up and I said,
shit. This is exactly.
I'm like, this can't be good. So, and they didn't dollar around. They said, we're letting you know, we're letting you go.
Oh, man.
I said, all of y'all? Everybody?
And Ryan.
Yes.
Wow. So they all got together.
And it was God's way of letting me know that it was him. It wasn't one job I lost. I lost all 5 of them. They were all at the table. They said, we're letting you go. It was no reasoning, because I already knew the reason. It was the same blessings were being removed. I had lost favor, and I knew it instantly. So I called my dad. It wasn't the end of the night. I went to the phone booth. I was devastated, because I just watched, 25 grand go out of the window.
Yeah.
So I went and called my father, and I said, Dad. He said, what? I said, I just lost my jobs. He said, all of them? I said, yep. He said, are you on your motorcycle? I said, yep. He said, be careful. Wow. Because he knew it was coming. Because we'd been talking. Lou, I didn't make it a mile down the street on my motorcycle.
Wow.
I was headed home. It was late night. I was headed home and I got a green light. And the inner voice spoke to me and said, put on your brakes. And I just hit my brakes just enough to when I looked, this car was coming, and he just wiped me out. Bam! Jeez. Knocked me 30 feet in the air, destroyed my bike. Had I not put my brakes on, he would have T-boned me and killed me. Yeah. But I put my brakes on just enough to where I caught his tire and
from
flipped
an angle,
over.
right?
And it launched me 30 feet in the air. And it was like slow motion. Ooh. And in that moment, I remember saying to myself, Lord, okay,
this is it. Yeah.
This is it. You know, I'm going in. And it was like, can you hear me now?
Wow.
You know, I mean business. Yeah. And I hit that ground, and you know, my leg was broken, and my hand was broken, and I got up and anger, you know, smashed the guy's car window with my helmet, and then I realized my foot was broken. I sat down, and that was the end of my working. I couldn't even go to work because my bike was destroyed. Yeah. My car had blown up 2 weeks prior. Wow. I lost all my jobs, and this was in one night. Wow. All my jobs happened, and I just had a major accident and almost lost my life. And the Lord was showing me, you know, I am who I say I am, and you don't play with me. You know, I love you, but you know, you
you took it too far.
Oh man, took it way too far. Can you hear me now? So yes, I hear you now, and even in that, I had to work now. See, before it was just like Adam. It was easy. There was no worries. I just get up and go to work. I didn't have any worries. But now I got to go out here and hustle for this money.
Right, you would do it from the sweat of your brow.
I was doing it from the sweat. Exactly.
But that's like a bitter and sweet side of it.
Right? But you know, I deserved it. I wasn't bitter about it because I knew I had asked for that. And so Quest and others were still, you know, giving me work. You know, I wasn't as lucrative as I was, but I was still making a living.
Yeah.
And then I got custody of my 11-year-old daughter in the States. And I had to make the decision to either let her go into foster care or move back.
Okay. Oh, so that's why
that's why it did. Okay.
But you know, I saved my money. You know, I made good investments. I bought a home 2 years prior in Las Vegas. It was very inexpensive. The real estate boom hit, so it really went up, and you know, I bought it for $200. I think I sold it for $570. Wow. So I had a little nest egg, you know. And so I sold that house and took my family back to the States, and it wasn't easy, man. I was working, you know, before I sold my house, I was trying to stay in Vegas. I bought my family there. I had a mortgage. I needed a job. I needed a living, but I tried to do it with a job. I had a sick child. I needed insurance, which they don't give you in America. So I took a job that had great insurance, but didn't pay but $9.50 an hour. I took another job on that worked every day that was $15 an hour. And then 4 days a week I worked at the casino. In between. So 4 days a week I worked 24 hours a day. Trying to make a living, and I couldn't get out of my own pocket. I was still in my pocket every week. So I realized I don't need a job. I need a living. There's a big difference. And music was not in the picture because,
speaking of music,
they weren't paying for music in the States.
Those particular stories, these people, you guys need to hear this man sing. Because I want to hear the next.
Now we've heard the bitter and sweet of Japan. Went back to the States.
It was tough.
Let's have your music in between, and then we come up.
Then we come on back. Okay. Come on back, man. Because Joe, you're amazing, man. I mean, in many ways.
Thank you, brother.
You know, I took a whole big lesson from you coming from Zex last week because we talked in front of the fireplace. Huh?
We did, and man, it was just a pleasure to be there with you at Zex. You are such a phenomenal vocalist, man.
Man,
and performer.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
I've had a chance to, you know, just to see you do your thing. And man, I just enjoy your spirit. You know, you remind me of Otis Redding.
Thank you.
You remind me of
compliment. That's a big time compliment.
You remind me of Otis, man. And I'm looking at you do your thing, and you have such a joy when you perform, man.
Yeah, that's the thing. You know, he has such a joy when he's performing there.
I know what that feels like. You're in Japan. It's a joyful experience.
Exactly.
And that was my sentiment here. People are like, man, how do you work all those jobs? I'm like, work, brother.
Work.
You know, are you kidding me?
Yeah, really.
I'm singing. Are you serious? You know, I'm a drywall hanger, bro. That's work.
That's what we gotta
you
get
hanging
to.
that sheetrock.
Let's
That's
hear
work,
him
Jack.
sing. Let's hear him sing.
Yeah.
You know.
So which songs you want to go with? The video or?
With Joe, what would you introduce us to the first?
How about "Love Me to My Soul," man? This was this is a single that we released in on the new album, Soul on Fire album. This was actually the second release on the Soul on Fire album, "Love Me to My Soul," and this is a #1 in the UK, and also soultracks.com nominated us for
#1 in the UK. Y'all
Yeah.
hear that?
And,
In England.
and we got nominated for Male Vocalist of the Year at soultracks.com, which is huge.
That's nice.
It's a good review site. And I just, you know, I love making R&B music. This was a good R&B song.
That's what we need.
And would you like me to play a little bit of that?
Learning about you. I'm just a man and knows what he wants. She said I need you to love me to my soul. You can't get no better, baby, better than my love. She said I need you to love me to my soul, my soul.
Love me to my soul.
Thank you, brother. Yeah.
That says everything by itself.
Hey, man, that's a beautiful song.
It is.
I really appreciate that, man. That's a song that I wrote based on a friend of mine who was telling me about her adventure into her second marriage. She met this young man from overseas, and they were having a very long distance relationship, courtship, and they were planning on getting married. And they said, you know, we're going to save the consummation of this until we get married. We're not doing anything sexual until we get married. And I was like, wow, you've already been married, got kids and all that. So that kind of was weird to me. She said, no, I need him to love me to my soul. I need to know that he loves me to my, and I was like, man, that is a powerful statement.
Yeah.
And so I wrote this song. I tried to give her credit. She said, no, I don't get credit for it. That's a beautiful song. But that was based on a conversation that I had with her.
Wow.
And that's where, you know, that's where music comes from for me. It's from truth, man. Real things, real.
There you go.
You know,
Yes.
Inside You is the first release from the album that was nominated for Song of the Year and Male Vocalist of the Year on Soul Tracks. And that's also about me, that real life. When I got divorced, and even though I was in love, I was devastated, man. I was a mess without my ex-wife because I'd been with her for 23 years, and I thought it would be easy to just move on. It was not. I was destroyed. It was it was like pulling my bones out. I missed her. I could smell her for years. It was crazy. And I was broken. And a good friend of mine, a woman that I had known just from being in my band, just loved on me. You know, and just, I mean, man, just kind of gave me everything she had. I had nothing to give her back because I was empty. But I took everything that she had from, you know, all that love she gave me, man. It was just, and that's where the word Inside You, the song came from, because he just, it was powerful. It was healing for me.
Wow.
Even though I had nothing to return it with, and you know, we're still friends. She stopped messing with me because I didn't have anything to give back, but we're still very close friends. And
Oh man,
I wrote that song Inside You for her.
so we want to do that.
Oh, you got to hear that, man, because that's a really, really beautiful song, man, and I would love to play it for you.
Okay, let's do this.
Okay.
All right. While he's doing that, I want to tell everyone, Happy Valentine's International Live Show here. All right. This is going to be on February 10th, and it's going to be Takata, Osaka is the venue. So we're going to have myself, Vivian, and Wins. We're going to be representing the R&B soul situation. And as we go, okay, and then as we go, we're gonna keep rolling it. We're gonna keep rolling it, and we're gonna have this pop. We're gonna have the pop musicians coming, right? Mm-hmm. So, you okay? You should. I want you to just tell just like it is.
So number two.
Okay.
Okay, guys. So we have the Happy Valentine International Live Show coming up on the 10th of February. That's next month. And it's going to be starting from 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock. And we have Traylor, Vivian, and Wins. You know, you guys going to be rocking the stage there. And then we have J-pop, Japanese singers, Kakure, and Monster Kakume. And then we have a group from Korea coming over.
All right.
And they're going to give us K-pop.
It's going to be live that night.
Yeah, it's going to be live. It's going to be a 3-hour concert. You know, just
so
pure good vibes, you know. So
check
guys,
out.
Yeah, you guys, if you have some time, if you live in Osaka, please check it out. And you can buy the ticket, advance ticket, 3,500 on the website. You can go to BKTVlive.com, or you can scan the barcodes on the screen, you know. And also, if you're living away from Osaka and you want to watch it live on your phone or your laptop, or you can also buy the online live ticket on the barcode on the screen, the one below. So guys, don't miss it. It's gonna be a real nice live show to enjoy your Valentine live show. Check it out.
We're looking for all of you to come out and support us, and I hope you have a good time. We hope to bring you a great show so that it'll be in your memory for a while. So we're gonna, as we go, I'm sitting here with owner. I'm with the owner, with JaJa, and we got Mr. Joe LEAVY.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? The
we have
one and
House.
only.
I remember I listened to one of Joe's songs. That was last year or 2 years ago, and I said, man, this song is so good. It reminds me of Teddy Pendergrass. He gave us like three combinations of.
What a joy.
Yeah.
Luther
Vandross,
yeah.
and
he got Stevie in him too. So
yes, Stevie also. Just a whole combination of real good sound, you know.
Exactly. So
Marvin Gaye, Teddy P, Marvin Gaye combined together, man. It was like.
I tell you what, Joe. We'll come back to it. Let us just hear a little bit more about you.
Okay, let's play like the inside use.
I'm trying to.
Yeah, you can't.
We have the video here.
Oh, okay, dude, let's do it from the video.
Okay.
We have the video here. Okay, guys, let's.
Inside you.
Inside You, Joe LEAVY.
I often wonder if you're magic. When you come around, I can't help myself. These things you do got me addicted. I don't want no help. Your ways are really fresh and lovely. May I have a taste of your sweet love? Oh, you give more I want, baby. I just can't get enough. I only see you wearing nothing, baby. You take me to a very special place. Inside of you, inside of your love, baby. Inside of you, there is strength and so much more. Inside of you, inside of your love, baby. Inside of you, I can't wait to love you more. May I open up your garden? Simple all your love and sweet. That's the reason we came here, lady. Feel each other's needs. The way you ride my love in motion. That magic moment will be found, girl. Girl, I'm deep into your music. I love the way you sound. Don't be shy, that's just nature, baby. That's the way you love when you feel free. Oh, keep on loving me, I can take it, girl. I can take it. You are my favorite place to be, honey. Inside you, baby. Inside of you, there is healing and understanding. Inside of you, inside you, love, inside of you. I got what you want, you got what I need. You're my ride or die. You're my ride or die. Oh, come on, girl, baby. Yeah. Oh no, girl, I want you in your feelings. When you think about me, sometimes, yes, we did. You made me call your name.
Inside of you.
When you love me, girl.
She'll leave you.
Thank you, brother.
Girl, I thank you.
That was an amazing song. I love that song, man. 'Cause
Oh, man.
it
We
just-
all love it now.
I appreciate it. But it makes me think about a certain young lady who really supported me in one of my darkest times, man.
Oh,
Coming
man.
out of that shadow of divorce. And
Yeah.
it's funny how God just gives you what you need.
That's true.
You know, when you need it.
That's true.
And
Very true.
I've learned so much, man, you know, about who he is. You know, he is who he says he is, not who they taught me he was.
Yeah,
But he is who he says he is. And he's always been my shepherd and provided the things that I've needed for my life to get through things. Masami Yoshida, my ex-wife, was my greatest blessing of my life. The first time I had a home and a family and settled was those 23 years with her. And it's still carrying on to this day, even though we aren't married anymore. We're still very much connected.
I heard that.
And it's a beautiful experience.
Hey, well, tell me about, you say you built, a construction company, man, during your time away from,
this is again God's blessing. Me buying that house, having it raised up, and giving me the capital, was able to carry my family through them hard times, and I was able to start my own company. I had to. I had no other choice. And my brother joined me. We moved up to Sacramento. because we thought there was a big urban sprawl going on there, a lot of work.
Yeah, that was my next question.
And we got none of it. We've never done a major project in Sacramento. It's one of the most racist cities in California. And, you know, they don't see us. So all the work I do is in the Bay Area. So I have to drive 2 hours a day to get to work.
Wow.
2 hours.
But I work for a general contractor who didn't judge me by this.
Yeah.
They just want to know if I can do the job. And once I proved to them that not only could we do the job, but we're the best at what we do. I've been with them exclusively for 5 years.
Wow.
They're the only contractor that I work for, the only contractor that I want to work for. Because I don't have to go through the stuff that you go through with some of these willfully ignorant people.
Yeah.
Right? And it's a pleasure to show up a job and just do it. So, you know, I'm out of work right now, and I'm cool with that. I'm over here enjoying some of the fruits that I put together.
Oh, you need to be here.
And, you know, we're going to go back home and get back to work and do what we do and pick up more work if that's God's plan.
Yeah.
But right now, man, I'm living my best life.
Beautiful.
You know?
I remember you walking, in a second number. I think about a day after you got here. You were just kind of explaining the situation. You seem to be so calm, Joe.
Japan has that effect on me.
Yeah, Joe said it's magical.
Yeah, for me, being here is really magical. And I don't mean
because actually here's where you actually started.
It is.
My life started here.
It is.
And not only that, man, it's just that the people here. When we had that earthquake, man, I just saw the best of humanity. Can you imagine what that would have been like in the States?
I was there in the LA. I was there in the
so
LA.
You know, it would have been the weeping and the gnashing of teeth, brother.
Man, it
murdering and looting and killing and stealing and people running in. There was none of that here. These people waited in line. They helped each other. And I'm a gaijin. I got the same love and the same support that every other Japanese.
Hey man, but that's the way they do it over here.
And it's just
the way they do it.
Because they have a country that is for them.
Exactly. Exactly.
And I love that about Japan.
March
they
to the
take
same
care
beat,
of
man.
the people here. The government works for the people of Japan, not for the business interests. They work for the betterment of the Japanese people.
That's the difference, y'all.
That's the difference. In America, there are 5 families that have more combined wealth than the whole 99% of the population. Think about that. There are 5 people that have collectively more money than the rest of us all in the country combined. And that seems okay to people because they're so busy hating blacks and hating Latinos and hating the left and hating the right and hating the gays. And, they just spend all their energy hating.
Yeah. A whole lot of that.
Right? And the rich get richer, and now we have hundreds of thousands of Americans sleeping on the streets. That doesn't exist here in Japan. Not to that degree.
Not to that degree,
right? They help. They support the people of this country.
True.
The Japanese people are cool. They don't kill each other. They don't rob from each other and steal from each other and yell and scream. They get drunk and have their issues. I've been in. I've seen some stuff here, but it's within the context of fantastic human dignity.
Humanity.
And these people are prideful. They believe in self-respect. Right?
No
And
doubt
you
about
see
it.
it every single day. The city's clean. It's
Every
modern.
day.
They're building new infrastructure all the time.
That's what I'm saying.
Right? Tear down an old building, build something better and new for the people.
I mean, just in
Places
a matter of short time.
Right. Where more business can be done. Right? More people can open their shops and open this and open that.
And with the space that they have, they just they make that make that space.
The food is not poisonous in Japan. I'm serious.
Yeah, they're very serious about their food, though.
The food is not poisonous. In America, we have 6% of the world's population and 89% of the world's cancer. Think about that. All of the world's cancer, 89% of the cancer in the world is in the United States.
Yeah.
And that's just insane. It's insane. But that's what our daily diaspora is. They feed you cancer. So that you get sick, and then they have reverse mortgages, right? So when you get sick and you need money, don't worry about it. You can live off the interest of your house and sell your house and just stay in it until you die.
pull yourself up by your bootstraps.
Man,
Yeah, that's the mentality over there, right?
Yeah.
but you don't have boots.
But you don't have boots, you know.
But they'll tell you that. Right?
So
But,
this is what I love about Japan. You know, there aren't a whole bunch of billionaires here, but people are happy living here.
Yeah.
Right?
Because I've been here for quite a while now, you know. I can understand exactly what you're trying to say.
Right.
You know, because if it wasn't for the Japanese people, I wouldn't be here.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
You know,
exactly.
When I came here just like you with nothing and went through Japanese school, and I was able to communicate with them, meet good people who helped me, went to the Japanese company, learned the trade, learned how to do business, started my own business, they supported me, and you just start climbing up.
It was guys like
You know?
you that got, you know, I mean, I came here in like 2002, 2003, and you guys were already doing your thing, you know what I mean? So it made it easier.
You came here a year before I left.
Yeah, a year
You got
before.
here. You got here in 2002.
Exactly.
I
So-
left the end of 2003.
Oh, I see.
And see, like you said something crucial. You went to Japanese school.
Yeah, I went there.
You went to school and learned the language.
Oh, learn language, you know. The
Learn how
thing
to
is,
read it?
yeah,
Can
man.
you write? Can you read?
I can
and
read and write.
Yeah.
Okay, so you are completely literate in
Yeah,
Japanese
exactly.
culture.
So I can talk with them on equal time.
Right, and that
They
is.
can't say, "Oh well, this guy just can't
No,
speak."
he
I
can do this.
But see,
you know?
this is what I'm saying. My son is the same way. My son can read and write in kanji. Hiragana, katakana, kanji. He came here and went to school because they went to school here until they were 6 and 8. So they had
The basic.
they already had it in them.
Yeah.
And then being in America, I encouraged them, stop speaking Japanese, you got to learn English, which was a big mistake.
Yeah, yeah.
I should have kept them in Japanese schools
Yeah,
in
at least
America
let
if I can.
they can still
But,
have
yeah.
but my youngest son came back in college. He said, "Dad, I want to." During my call, I'm going to go to Japan for a year. He went up to Akita and went to university there, and learned his language in a year. Learned how to read and write and kanji and the whole thing.
Because he has the basics already.
Right.
So.
He already had it, instilled in him, and like
Yeah.
I told him, it's already in you. You're just unlocking.
Just polish it.
And he's very, very, Atama-e. He's Kashikoe. He's very smart and very intelligent. And he helps me with my business. I have another son, my oldest son, who is the reason why I have this family is him. So, and then my daughter. So it was an amazing experience, blending my family with my 12-year-old at the time, with my younger kids, was different. Masami had to be a mom to an older kid that she didn't birth, and that was different because that's not part of Japanese culture either.
Yeah, exactly.
So it was an interesting thing, and to see how much they love her, even my daughter. She's no longer in the States, but she came last year for our son's graduation, and that's the first time we'd seen each other since we split.
Yeah,
Wow.
Yeah.
So it was not only good for my family, it was good for me
Yeah.
because I actually felt like I got closure in this.
Exactly.
I feel free now,
Yeah.
So here I am 19 years later, and I had a chance to visit with her and her mom, and it was a phenomenal time. We
Wow,
had a great
that's
time,
nice, man.
and
they
mom
welcome
was
you with open arms.
Oh man,
You came back and started enjoying that food
Ooh,
again?
man, let me tell you something. I have eaten a half a cow at least. Okay, right now I'm so full of Nico. I'm so full of Nico and Niku and meat and Tori Niku and Yaki Niku and Shabu Shabu. I told Jeffrey, I said, man, you got to take me and get me some laxative. Because I feel like I got to break all the way up here. I'm gonna go home and take that
I
laxative
knew
and
you had
just
to
wait.
be with Quest. You had to be with Quest.
Yeah,
Quest will feed you, man.
Man, we went. I told him I wanted Tori Niku, so we went to this yakitori place tonight, bro. And you know where that place is? 'Cause they tell me you go down there and they ate so much of that stuff. You got sick one time.
Yeah, I
man,
did.
that Tori Niku, bro. We sat there. I was like, dude, how do they do this? How do they make this chicken on a stick?
I'm trying to tell you.
Chicken on a stick, man. I'm like, dude, I don't know what they do. I'm eating chicken hearts. I'm eating chicken skin. I'm eating chicken thigh. I'm eating chicken wings. I'm like, dude, it's on a stick.
And it's all great.
And every bite was just,
Man, people can't understand.
They
you know,
can't
they
y'all
can't
don't know
understand what
nothing. I don't know nothing about this.
They can understand what he was explaining, but they cannot actually like really envision it. Like
it's
this is
so
the way
delicious because they source the food properly.
Yeah.
They don't raise
The
cows
right
in
seasoning and
ankle
everything.
in crap ankle high like they do in America. The beef farm and is on the side of Highway 5 in California. They got 500,000 cows out there standing ankle deep in crap, right? And they shoot them up with all these antibiotics, keep them from getting sick. They don't graze. They feed them these you know, they feed them. They don't go out and.
I forgot about Interstate 5. It's very true.
And dude, you chew that meat. you can't even chew it. It's so tough. You just chew and get the juice out of it and take it out of your
That's
mouth.
why I don't buy American meat. If I go to Costco, I don't buy the meat over there.
Dude, so
But when you have like Japanese meat,
Yeah.
like,
Oh man,
man,
it's
the Wagyu,
texturized, man.
the Wagyu, man.
man, I've been going to
Don.
Dundon. I've been to Dundon twice. I went to Mirin and Kobe twice. These are yakiniku places.
Exactly,
Yeah, yeah.
and they
I've
do
been
it.
to
don't
Shabu
they?
Shabu. I've only been here 14 days. I've been to Shabu Shabu twice. Okay. The only mistake I made is I went to lunch underneath the train track at Osaka Station. You know, the little, and man, I got a hold of something there that had my stomach fouler than fish, boy. I think I went to some place and had some shrimp and some what tongue cuts or something. Man, it was rank. And I'm like, and then my friend said, "Man, you never go eat underneath the boardwalk, bro. Don't ever go down there." You know? But man, I just love the food because the meat is so tender. It's almost melts in your mouth.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I'm serious, huh?
That's it, man.
That Wagyu beef and that
That
Kobe
Wagyu beef,
man.
man.
Yeah, I don't know nothing about that. So I'm just saying.
Man.
I'm
So,
trying to tell you.
We went to Toyama to visit friends there, Andre Blackans and Eric
yeah.
Castile up at Toyonaka,
Yeah.
man. And Jeff and I, man, we ate there. We ate at Kanazawa. We went there and had yakiniku, man. We just been.
Jeff was working up there, right? He
He
went-
just went to take me around. He just hung out with me. We
okay,
weren't working. He
okay.
just had some days off. He needed to think about some things, and I wanted to go. He said, "Well, man, I'm already going up there. You want to go?" I was like, "Man." So Jeff and I have been hanging tough since I've been here.
I heard that.
And I want to send a shout out to my boy Jeffrey Jims down in Kobe because Jims, man, is a beautiful brother. I met with his family. We went down to yakiniku the first couple nights I got here, and he and his wife and his beautiful daughter. And this is family.
Yeah.
And we got together, man. It was just a pleasure seeing him.
I hadn't seen Jim in a
Beautiful,
while.
Yeah, man.
Shout out to Jeffrey Jim.
Shout out to
Yeah.
Jeffrey Jims, man. Phenomenal musician,
He sure
phenomenal
is.
human being.
Oh man.
And just this place, man, I've had a chance to see Keith Basil, my other boy.
Did you see Keith?
Saw him last night. We had lunch, and then we're going to meet up after this tonight. We're going to meet up.
Basil, man.
You know,
what's up?
You talking about? I call him Count Dracula because that dude, man, don't age. I mean, he
doesn't.
You know, man, that dude looks phenomenal. I'm like, Keith, what are you doing, man? You know, I'm not going to tell you his age, but let me say he's a young man.
I'm trying to tell you, man. I told him
Dude,
that.
I'm looking at you, man. I'm like, dude, you older than me. You look at you.
I'm trying to tell you, man.
What are you doing?
But
Oh,
that's
man,
Keith, though, man. Keith always kept it like that.
Just a phenomenal brother.
Yeah,
you know, and there's Donnie, you know, hung out with him.
Donnie D.
Stewart,
Yeah, Donnie
you know,
Don,
came
right?
down to
Stewart.
support us,
Stewart,
man.
Stewart.
Yeah.
My
I
good
used,
friend.
I used to work with all these cats, you know,
Yeah.
like Donnie and Keith and the sax player. What's his name again? He plays with
To Maurice?
Maurice,
not Maurice.
Spruill.
Spruill,
Tony
yeah,
Spruill,
yeah, Tony
another
Spruill.
phenomenal musician,
Yes.
good brother of
Yeah,
mine, good
yeah.
friend of mine, man.
Back
Bad,
in the
bad.
days I used to
saxophone.
work. I used to hire them for like wedding shows,
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
dinner shows, and stuff.
yeah,
like
man.
that.
That was my thing, man. You know, we did weddings on Anna and I were a great wedding team. We did a lot of weddings in this town. Michael Lee, you know, another great brother, man.
And a great singer.
Yeah. One of the most soulful cats
So for Cassie, you ever
want to
hear
meet is Michael Lee,
Yeah,
man.
Michael Lee.
Yeah.
Man, it's all about the attention, man.
Amen.
But this is the talent here. It has always been. Wins another.
Wins is not only singer,
You know,
he's got, man, this
Wins,
guy got energy.
I went to see him the other night, and I was blown away. Wins
Wins is tight.
That's
Wins is
that's
that
why
dude.
guys you talking about wins, right?
yeah.
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 Wins is that dude, man.
He's
Wins puts
he's
on
that
one
guy,
heck of a
man.
show.
He's that guy.
This Valentine show, you guys gonna
Oh, yeah,
check
we're
it
gonna
out.
have a good time. We're
You
gonna
have
have a good
Wings,
time.
you have Curtis there.
You got, man, that's going. Is that Q on that show too? Is that who I see?
Q's not here. Q's
Okay,
not.
well, I'll
maybe
tell
the
you
next
what.
one coming up.
I'll tell you what, you got enough talent with these two.
That's what I'm talking about.
To rock the house, because
Yep.
between him and between Curtis and Wins, it don't get no better than that.
Exactly. I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, it don't get no better.
I
than
appreciate
man.
that,
Y'all
man.
Yeah.
brother. You really do it the right way. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And I really love your spirit. I love how you connect with the music, and so do the people here. They feel you when you.
That's one thing. Like Curtis, Wins also had the same magic. You know, they know how to connect with the crowd, and even if something is screwed up, they know how to take the bad part and make it look good.
Well, that's called being professional.
That's the way.
Exactly. That's called being professional.
That's what you say. You can sweat. You can sweat. It ain't good to let them see you.
Right. The show have to go on. The great ones know how to carry the ball.
Exactly.
I've had music drop out on me, and I had to sing an acapella and keep it going. You don't look around, man. You don't know. You just keep it going.
Oh man, well we at the end of our stint.
Is that right?
Yeah,
Are we done already, man?
We have another 10 minutes.
Just that
We have
quick.
another 10 minutes. It's almost. Well, let's keep it. It's a special show.
This is a special
Tell
show.
us about the
man.
future, man. You know, you're here to record your live
We're
show.
going. We just did Steve and I went and shot a video for our single "Let It Go" at Azul. Yeah, that was a pleasure. I've got shows lined up in England again this year. They're bringing us over for some shows in England, and I'm really looking forward to going back to England with the new album. We're going to drop the new album next month, around this time.
Wow, nice! Congratulations, man.
I was hoping to release it on the 14th, but I think I'm gonna need a little extra time. I'm gonna have to find a new mixing a new mixing engineer. My guy is battling. He's battling cancer, and it's just
really?
And it's just sad.
Yeah,
he's phenomenal, and I just want to send a shout out to him. I'm not gonna mention his name, but brother, you know I'm praying for you and your family. And so I've got to find somebody to mix this album. And, so
are you usually there in the studio when they're doing the mixing, or?
I try not to be.
Okay.
Because
you might start...
because my ears are a little bit different. But you know, you got to be careful because you know when people get a hold of your music, sometimes they don't share your vision. But you know, fortunately, man, I've been working with some really dynamic people, and they know my vision. Finding somebody new is going to be a bit of a challenge.
That's true.
But I'm up.
What about mastering? How do you usually master? You have
a you know, mastering's not different than it used to be. Back in the day, you used to go to Bernie Grundman, you know, and get it mastered on the big machine. Now they have, you know, computer programs. Everybody masters your music right there after they mix it. It's all a part of the mix.
Sounds good.
Oh, it sounds phenomenal.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, it's you know, this digital revolution has changed everything.
Yeah, because when you master, you actually feel the depth of the
sound,
right?
It you know, make sure that everything is nice and level on your record, and make sure that everything breathes properly, and that your basses sound great, and that your horns sound crisp. You know, it dials on all the frequencies and makes sure things work.
Exactly. And they especially good ears.
Right. You have to have really good ears to have that. I'm just looking forward, man, to enjoying this new album. I think I'm going to do
next year.
This year. We're releasing the album next month. And then I'm going to start working on the next album. It's called Black Together. That's the theme.
Black Together.
Yeah, that's the theme for the next album. It's Black Together.
Beautiful.
And that's going to be about just what the word says. I'm going to write songs about unity and the way we used to be compared to where we are right now.
Exactly.
Because these kids, man, are going down the wrong. They're going the wrong.
Not only kids, man, even grown-ups. Is like, you know, some of them are just mutating, man.
Exactly.
Negative energy.
You have to understand that these are the kids and the grandkids and the grandparents from the crack era. See, when government released that crack on our neighborhoods in the 80s, right? So all those people have grown up with that crack mentality, and they had kids, and their kids had grandkids, and this is what you see in this community. All this lasciviousness and non-caring and no feeling and no love and hatefulness. This is all part of that destruction of our community, and it was done intentionally by our government. And so when you have that happen, this is the result. You know,
once they planted that seed in there, man, it goes deep into your psyche.
They didn't put that in their communities. They put it in ours. And we have to be mindful of that when they come bringing in their, you know, vaccines and things in our communities. These people don't.
But that's why your album is going to do, you know, coming out. And
I hope so. You know, we don't have an avenue. The reason why my music isn't more widely known is because they don't want music from us. I'm an independent artist. They don't sign artists like me.
Especially an artist, you know, an album with that kind of
right.
They're gonna keep it way away from the public.
They don't want that kind of message.
That's why you, as an indie, you're going out there and
I do my thing.
Exactly. So then you feel really.
I don't want to stop you. It's like me opening this radio station. I used to, before I opened this place, I used to have a friend of mine called Barry Micon. He's a Jamaican, right? He released his album here, a reggae album, and he came to me. I wrote everything in Japanese for him. I said, we're gonna send this album, and you know, the details, your profile and everything to these Japanese companies, media companies, radios and magazines, so that they can be able to feature him. None of them, and it was a really great album, yo. But he was a Jamaican reggae singer. Of course, he would have some songs about black unity and all this stuff in there. They didn't even, not even a little piece on the magazine. I was so pissed, yo. It's such a good. A lot of people came together. They worked their ass up months and months, put out all this music, and they didn't even play a song on the radio. And I said, man, we gotta start building our own platform. That's how I say, even how small it is.
Look what you've done here.
Right?
You come to this country, Lewis, you learn the language, you learn how to get along with people, they see the best in you.
Yeah.
Because no one had to help you, but they help you because you helped yourself.
Exactly.
And you took the time to learn their culture, their language, master it, be able to function, which is something that not many gaijins do here.
Yeah.
But so when you take that inference, and like you said, you learned the business, you started on, you had support.
Yes, true.
This is what being a countryman, they
Yeah.
treat you like a countryman.
Yeah.
They treated me like a countryman. I'm here, even though I'm gaijin. And that's the magic of Japan, right? Like, people talk about the this, then that, and the kiretsu, and, you know, I'm like, dude, I lived in America. There's nothing worse than that, right? You talk about Japan, I get upset. You know, I'm like, man, you
come to America,
right, you obviously haven't
See what we talking about.
right, you obviously haven't been here, right? When you're talking that smack because you don't know anything, right? I'm not lying to you when I tell you that this is almost, for me, it's a magical place. And no one place is perfect. But the love I received here far and away outweighed the negativity I received.
Same here.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Same here.
It doesn't even compare. When I was in those clubs, man, I made lots of friends. And because of my ability, because of the favor that I had, I did lots of experiences, man. I've been on television shows. I've been on NHK with my, I've been featured, and I've had an opportunity to go to recording studios and travel with people and
Same here.
meet some of the great artists here.
Right.
I've been to sumo tournaments because
Yes, me too.
One of my great Yakuza friends loves sumo, and he was one of the head mob figures here in Osaka, and our thing was going to, so he was like, we're going on the whole tour and we're going to sit in the presidential box. So I'm sitting there with the head of the Yamaguchi family or whatever it was in the presidential box, and NHK is like, who is this, and I'm shaking him and pushing him. They go, oh, but does he know who he's pushing? That kind of thing. And it was just a blast because I love sumo. I love sumo. And the guys would come to the club. The sumo wrestlers would come to the club and hang out. And, the baseball players
in Kyoto, same.
So
they come all over.
I had a blast, and it was just really amazing to be here and working in some of the best clubs in this area, and meeting Michael Jordan, coming into the club, and Charles Barkley and Tiger Woods, and Matsui, Godzilla. I met him. I met Hideo Nomo. You just meet all the great stars that come and they share with. I met Roland. The Yokozunas, and it was just a phenomenal experience, man. And I soaked it up. And so coming back is a pleasure. And I just want to thank you, brothers. I know our time is over. But thank you both for inviting me, man. Lewis, once again, brother, it's good to see you. Curtis, CT, man, keep on pushing, brother.
Hey, man.
I hope to hear more original music from you.
You will.
Because that is the thing, man. I love to hear you do everybody else's music.
Yeah, but
it's time for you to time for you to brand that beautiful voice, man, and bring that soul to the.
And he's working on it, though.
Yeah, I'm working.
It's a good thing, man. If I can support you anyway, brother, please.
I will. I'm gonna stay in touch with you.
Reach out and stay in touch.
I'm reaching out to you.
Yeah.
So definitely.
That's right. Again, I thank you, brothers.
You're welcome, man.
I enjoyed this trip.
You're welcome.
Beautiful.
Joe Levy, everybody.
Over,
Joe, the great Joe Levy.
And you say you're leaving tomorrow?
Leaving tomorrow night.
Oh man! So I'm so glad that he had a chance.
Yeah, we're blessed to be.
We're blessed to be with him.
You got to get me to the Adult Hornbody Bridge. That's where I meet.
Okay.
I forgot.
Down there.
I know it's through the tunnel, right? If I walk through the tunnel.
No, you can walk through the arcade. It's about 50.
Walk through the arcade. Right. I got to walk through the arcade.
Yeah, and then straight
through the arcade, and I go right to the tunnel.
Go right to the
I know the arcade's near here. I think we're down and to the left. Is it?
I'm going with you.
Okay, cool.
The arcade is about 5 minutes from here.
Yeah.
And then you just walk straight down.
Curtis walked me back and forth so many times. I kind of forget.
He always gets lost.
He's like, man, I know it's around here somewhere. So we started walking up, then we walked back. He's like, nah.
I said, okay, Joe.
We walked back. I didn't say a word. I was like, all right, bro, let's go. But we finally made it. And this was a great interview, and I appreciate you.
Thanks a lot, man.
Okay. Hey, thank you, man. Thank you for coming. Everybody, the great Joe LEAVY here with me and JaJa, the owner of BlackanTV Radio here in Japan, Osaka, Japan. Thank you for listening. We hope to catch you the next time, every third Friday. Check us out, all right?
Peace,
the CT Connection
Japanese
online.
ball.
Yes.
All right, guys. Take it easy.
Thank you.